Hello and hello out there. This is the Drama Critic, the Australian Drama Critic. So, welcome all. So, let's talk about drama, shall we? So, what's been happening in the drama community? Well, there's lots of stuff happening, and let's see what we got. Hello, what's this? Nope, not that one. Not that person. Not that person. Not that person this time. Nope, not going there. Nope, that one. Remove. Nope, not that person. Well, how about. Let's see. Where is it? There we go. How about this person? That person? That person right there? Nope, 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 nope. Don't you dare get me started on that person. No, no, don't you dare start singing. Nope, 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 not going there. There's too many memes about that one. Nope, nope, not going there. We got another person. Uh, this guy's the king of idiocy. Now, one way you could look at it and say, is it doing it for comedic value, or is he a complete and utter idiot? You know, one of these guys. Is he one of these guys who's like, it's one of those Scar moments, where he's like,
I'm surrounded by idiots.
yeah, that kind of moment. Uh, I'm pretty sure it is this guy. This fool, this idiotic, moronic, imbecilic moron. Yeah, this dude is known as Reynolds or ragreynolds. Now, he claims to be Scottish. Mind you, though, I put him as Scottish loosely because of his idiotic, moronic stance on things. He tries to take a stance on the whole concept of, being a sort of like he said, because he tries to sound Scottish, but Irishman, because only Irish could be this stupid, really. I mean, they believe in leprechauns. I mean, this guy's pretty much right up there, believing in leprechauns. You know, this dude, this guy, Rag Reynolds. So I'm checking out this. I'm checking out this guy's. I'm checking out this guy his channel, so you don't have to. Oh boy, what a rabbit hole we have to get into this time. Woo! Let's get into it. Well, by the way, for the people that are watching, please like and subscribe to the channel if you feel mine. That is not this guy. Yeah. If you like what you see, like and subscribe to my channel, not the dude I'm speaking about, because he's a complete and utter idiot. Anyway, or if you don't want to, you can subscribe to this guy's channel to piss me off either way. So, let's go have a look at this imbecile. So, this guy called Rag Reynolds. Now, he's had a beef with some stuff here. So, I'm going to debunk some of this dude's idiotic idiocy. Now, of course, he's been running off the mouth for a bloody long time. And also, dude, we've even had a song. Man, this guy's been bagging Australia for months now. Oh, my giddy aunt. Here we go. Let's see what moron. Well, so we're actually. Does this guy even have a playlist of the whole Australia isn't real stuff, or can we just go through a natural? Oh yes, he does. Here we go. He's made 40. Get this, people. He's made
throughout my
this fucking moron has made 15. I count them. What was it? 15. Let me just double check this. Where is he? No, correction. 47 videos about Australia. Australia is not real. Well, hey man, I'm pretty sure you're not real. But anyway, let's get into it.
entire life, I had always thought that Brazil was the worst place on earth. Just think about it. All the slums, the poverty, the tedious weather, all the diseases running rampant in the streets, and the delusional locals. These things are certainly not the makings of a great country, so you can see why I had always assumed that Brazil was the worst place on earth. But then one day it came to my attention that I had never met an Australian that I did not have extreme disdain for. This is when I decided to research Australia. I researched Australia's history, its people, its culture, the ways of life in the country, and everything else you could possibly want to know about a place. Well, it did not take long until I was struck with the realization that I had been falsely labelling Brazil as the worst country in the world.
Yeah?
Brazil remains a close second in the discussion of which country is the worst country, followed by the likes of Ireland, South Africa, North Korea, and Jordan.
Oh, really?
But once you look at the facts, I'm sure that there will be no doubt in your mind that Australia is easily the worst country on earth. Let's just start off by stating the most obvious fact.
Really, dipshit?
Australians have easily the second most irritating accents on earth.
Oh, really? And this is coming from a bloke from Ireland who sounds like an Irish guy who needs to stick up his ass. You're serious there, boy? You need to have a stick shoved up your ass. You serious? Come on, man. You know, the reason why you don't get along with Australians is because you're a fool, my man. You're a fool. An idiotic, imbecile of the idiotium vocabulary. Let's just say this guy is so stupid. It makes all of Ireland look smart. It makes all other Irish people look smart. I mean, it even looks a bit like a Mongoloid in the looks of his speeches, man. And not to say I've got anything against Mongols, but this dude, man. You really serious, mate? Are you serious? Oh yeah, keep flipping me off there, buddy. But let's have a look at one of your other videos. Hey, hippie peace, welcome to the chat. For some reason, my chat's not working. So there we go. It's not working too. Hey, there you go. Yeah, we're talking about Reynolds. Or as I like to call him, Asswipe Reynolds. Because basically, he believes Australia is not real.
Hey, it's Adam from StreamYard. We have an exciting new feature to announce called Green Room, which is now...
You don't know, you damn well should know. I am ragreynolds. And if you haven't watched my previous Australia video, then I recommend you click off of this video right now and go check that one out. I will leave a link
to it. Yeah, I did. It's still bullshit, like this one's bullshit.
In the description. IQs, and then put those people in with cameras on them 24/7. New Zealand had essentially set out to create a faux reality show in order to fool the world into thinking that there was a place worse than their homeland. But in the end,
excuse me, bullshit. You don't know nothing, rag boy. But let's get into some recent, more current
You
ones.
don't know, you damn well should know. I'm Rag Reynolds, and today I want to tell the story about when I visited Australia. I mean, it's been highly requested. People in my comments in my Australia videos are like, what do you know? You've never been there. How can you say that it's not real? Well, here I am, dummies, to tell you that I did visit there. Very recently as well.
Oh, yeah?
You see, after my
Right, so
video about how Australia wasn't real, I thought that it would be best if I investigated for myself. Now, in that video, if you haven't seen it, go watch it first. But in that video, I said that when people go to Australia, they're actually landing in New Zealand.
How do you figure that?
And they are drugged. They imagine all of the experiences.
How do you figure?
So I did some research to find out what the drug was that they drug you with, and it's called Kyratini. Kyratini, that's what it's called. I'd never heard of it before, but of hallucinogenic, and that is what they drug you with when you go into the plane. So
carrots. I think this guy's a bit of a fool. I think he means kerosene, and I think that's referring to the actual gas that's put into the actual plane. I'll have to check that. Yeah, kerosene. It's a gas. Now let's just talk about this shit, shall we? Let's see. It's not actually a drug. It's fuel. It's used for heating and lighting. As far as I know, people haven't tried to sniff it yet. But let's have a look. Yeah, dude, you do realise that kerosene, that chemical, was associated with high risks of cancer, respiratory infections, asthma, tuberculosis, cataract, and adverse pregnancy outcomes. So it's not exactly a gas that people would be pumping through an aircraft to keep the plane alive. That's where you're going to with it, man. Nah. Kerosene is probably used for propulsion in the jet, but I don't even think that's what they use. There we go. Jet fuel. Oh, wait a minute. No, it actually is kerosene. Okay. Yes, it is actually kerosene, so he is correct in that respect. Yeah, that's the jet fuel. And also, if I remember correctly, it's the ignition of the kerosene fuel that also creates the vapor trails. I could be wrong. But yeah, but it has nothing. It's actually ejected from the plane, dude. Not actually used in the aircraft itself. There is oxygen masks and there is oxygen there, but it has nothing to do with that, dude. But anyway, let's continue with ragtag here.
I looked for some counteragents to that. I wanted to find something I could take that would counteract the effects as much as possible so that I could see for real what was going on. Mm-hmm. So I found this other...
Actually, there's a question about that. Is there actually... Excuse me, people. Just... Got a bit of an itch. Just give me a second. Yep, that dude. So, I'm back in a second. Just trying to find something. Well, I'm not exactly sure if there is actually a remedy. What are you saying, anyway?
Drug, and it was called. I think it began with a Y. I can't remember exactly what it was
It doesn't
called.
exist.
It was like Urfene or something. Urfene. I don't remember exactly what it was called. I'd have to search it. But I took a small amount of this. I didn't know how much to take. Looking back on it, I should have taken more. But I took some of it. And what happened was I went to the airport. I had my ticket. I got on the plane. And we flew off. And there was a point during the journey where I started to feel tripping. And I started seeing things almost in my head and in front of me, especially by the time we landed it was fully heightened, and when we landed no one else got up from their seats. I almost did, but I noticed no one else was moving, so I stayed sitting because obviously I don't want anyone to think that I'm out of place. Mm-hmm. And all these other people are sitting around me and they're sitting down, and I think this is it. I think this is the proof that I need. And they're all sitting there, and they were all almost in a trance, just still, eyes wide open. No one was blinking.
Okay, dude. Where do you have a mobile phone, sir? If indeed you do have a mobile phone, where is the video footage, mate? Where is the video footage of this taking place? You know, you say you saw these people going, stunned mullet, staring and looking around, and they look like they're in a bloody trance on the plane. Okay, douchebag. So where is the footage? You don't have any photos or footage. Oh my God, what happened to your phone, mate? Didn't you have a bloody camera? You just go, take a camera, or take a phone, mate, or take a camera or phone, and just go and take photos. What'd you do? Nothing. In other words, you got no proof, mate. You say you got proof. Where is it? You got nothing, rag boy. Continue.
No one had their eyes closed either, just eyes wide open, mouth kind of like, just kind of staring forwards.
Yeah.
And that's when I started seeing things as well. I was almost having visions. So the drug I had taken to counteract it, it had worked a little, but it hadn't fully worked. It had worked enough to make it so I was aware of what was going on, but I was still seeing things, seeing visions.
You know what, dude? I reckon you're one of the main reasons here why we're having people freak out in planes, dude. I reckon you, dude, have been the catalyst for this whole bullshittery that's going on with people going, planes, that motherfucker isn't real. You know, that crazy lady. That motherfucker isn't real. It's because of this motherfucker. Dude, I think you're the one who started this whole thing of telling people to take drugs before they go onto a plane. And once they take the drugs, there's there's nothing there, mate. So, yeah. Wait a minute, I'll just turn myself up a little bit more. There we go. So, yeah, it's like that. It's like, dude, you do realise, mate, you do realise that, yeah, those drugs that you took probably would set you tripping. Nothing to do with any kind of gas on the plane, dude. Probably the medication you took or whatever you took to do that. Hey, Joe. Yep. I mean, this dude is an imbecile. You do realise that the hallucinogenics and all the stuff you could be having, rag boy, is because of the medication you gave yourself. Nothing to do with the fact of the flight.
And some of the visions I saw vast deserts, vast open areas. I saw I think I saw a strip club at some point. I don't know how that fits into anything. I saw some kangaroos hopping around. I saw a man cutting off a snake's head. I saw some huge spiders that were bigger than cats and birds. And
yeah, didn't see any of that. Yeah, this dude is called Reynolds. This fool reckons he's been to Australia. Wait a minute. Did I just lose it? Yes, I did. I have to go get him back. Just give me a second. Ragtag Boy Reynolds. Rag Reynolds. He claims Australia is not real. And I'm debating this dude. Let's see if I can get this dude back. Come back, Rag. I haven't finished with you. Where is he? So where were we? Here we go. Ad. I hate ads. So yeah. Well, Joey, I'm catching up with this guy called Rag Reynolds, so yeah. Yeah, I might do that in a minute, man, but I'm just covering this, so we'll do that in a minute. I sort of let people up towards the end of the video, but anyway. At the moment, we're talking about this dude, Ragtag Boy Reynolds here. Oh, what an idiot. What a prized muppet. So where were we?
That when if I investigated for myself and they are drugged, they have Kyratini, that's what it's called.
Kerosene.
So
Anyway.
I looked for some counter agents to that. I wanted to find something I could take.
Let's go back a little bit.
That would counteract the effects as much as possible so that I could see for real what
Yeah, I'll
was
do that in a
going
minute,
on.
Joe, but not just yet.
So I found this other drug, and it was called, I think it began with a Y. I can't remember exactly what it was called. It was like Urfene or something. Urfene. I don't remember exactly what it was called. I'd have to search it. But I took a small amount of this. I didn't know how much to take. Looking
back to that thing about, can anyone explain to me what drug he's talking about? Urofin. I'm still trying to look that up. I don't think it exists, but we'll just keep looking. We got morphine. No, that's not what I'm after. That's the one. That's the one I'm looking for. Oh, apparently it's supposed to do with drug and alcohol. I'm not sure what he's talking about. I'm still trying to look for it. Eurofin seems to be more or less like a drug testing facility type thing, not really actually the drug itself, but I know. So I'll let you up, like I said, at the end, close to the end of the stream, Joe. So back to this dude. This dude.
back on it, I should have taken more. But I took this as the proof that I need. And they're all sitting there and they were all almost in a trance, just still, eyes wide open. No one was blinking. No one had their eyes closed either. Just eyes wide open, mouth kind of like, just kind of staring forwards. And that's when I started seeing things as well. I was almost having visions. So the drug I had taken to counteract it, it had worked a little, but it hadn't fully worked. It had worked enough to make it so I was aware of what was going on, but I was still seeing things, seeing visions. As I saw vast deserts, vast open areas. I saw I think I saw a strip club at some point. I don't know how that fits in. I saw some kangaroos hopping around. I saw a man cutting off a snake's head.
No, you didn't. You can tell by the way his eyes are darting over to the side like that when he said that, and with his lips puckered like that. He's lying. He never saw a bloke cut off a snake's head. Never saw that.
I saw some huge spiders that were bigger than cats and birds. And
yeah, he's looking off to the side of the screen here. He's not telling the truth. Right? I'm sorry. He's not telling the truth. He's lying! Why are you always lying? Oh my God. Yeah, why you stop fucking lying? Come on, dude.
that was insane. But yeah, eventually it was very hard to just sit there. There was maybe once or twice over the period of time that someone did. Excuse me, there was once or twice during the experience I did see someone walk down the aisle. I only really saw it in my peripheral. I can't speak today. Peripheral vision. I was trying to look out there because I didn't want to turn because then it's obvious and it's like, you know too much, we're going to kill you. So I didn't do that. I just sat there. It was very hard. I was really needing to shit by the time I got home.
You're ready to shit, mate.
So after, I don't know how long it was, they eventually got up in the plane and we came home.
Really?
And everyone was getting off the plane, and there was a certain point in the journey, again, probably around the halfway mark, the same part as I started feeling trippy before. Everyone was suddenly moving again, and they were all happy, and like, that was a great holiday, and we were getting off the plane eventually when it landed, and everyone's like, that was the best experience of my life, I want to stay in Australia, and the Australians are all so lovely. And it was very strange, because I was like, you didn't even leave the plane. Nothing happened. It was on your mind because of this drug. It was manufactured by the New Zealand government.
Oh, come on. Rag boy, you can't exactly believe that bullshit, do you? You know what I think happened? Dumbass. You know what I think happened to you, dumb? You took a drug, you fell asleep on the plane, and basically when it's time to return home, they couldn't be bothered booting you off onto another plane or carting your ass out of the plane, so they left you in the plane, so when you had to go back home, they just basically took you back home, drugged as high as fuck, mate. That's what I reckon happened to you. You didn't get off the plane or go into Australia because you're drugged out of your fucking mind, mate, and don't remember anything. That's why, because you took a drug to go on the plane to get rid of the side effects from the drug that you claim is on the plane, from the gas. So you took the drug, and in doing so, taking the bloody drug, it drugged out your fucking mind. So you dreamed you were in Australia, but you never were in Australia. You never left the plane because you fell asleep on the bloody plane, mate. Get it right, rag boy. Anyway, let's continue. Rag boy. Rag boy, what we gonna do with you?
So we all got off the plane. I came home, and a couple of weeks later, I'm making this video.
Yep, and nothing happened.
And that is my personal anecdotal experience of what happens when you get on a plane to go to Australia. And hopefully now you people in the comments on my Australia...
Please do not leave anyone, this dumbass, any messages in his comment section, because he'll just use it to make another bloody video from Ireland. He's an Irish cunt. That's why. Oh, boy. Anyway, let's continue this douche.
You don't know? You damn well should know. My name is ragreynolds, and
Nice catchphrase.
Hello everyone, Greg Secker coming to you from the heart of London, where we're launching a thrilling journey that promises to be...
It's not real.
Here we go again. Let's go through this again, shall we?
It's not real.
Really?
It is not fucking real.
How you figure that?
Australia does not exist.
Oh yeah, it does. It's just the fact is, Rag Boy, you got drugged out on a plane and you took a round the world trip and still came back to Ireland because you were drugged out of your mind, mate. Come on, dude. I tell you, I've seen some bloody piddle poppers on this here platform, but you take the cake, mate. What'd you do? Take a whole bloody strip, and then when you sleep on the bloody plane, mate, you're probably snoring so loudly you even drown out the sound of the engine noise. Come on, Rag Boy. He claims he's been to Australia, claims he saw a cut off a head of a snake, claims he saw some kangaroos bouncing up and down. But, dude, hey, Sky. So he claims he's going on, nothing much, as far as I'm aware. She's still lying like, that's the reason why I'm going for this douche. This imbecile, this moron. He even makes Sammy look smart, just saying. This douchebag here, he's an idiot. He's an Irish moron. He claims he's from Scotland, but trust me, people from Scotland are a lot more smarter than this idiot, just saying. Oh, boy. Anyway.
It isn't real.
Yeah?
Can't you delusional fucks get that through your thick skulls?
Oh, yeah? The other way looks a bit thick there, mate.
It isn't real. It doesn't exist. Get over it.
Yeah.
It's not a real place.
Yeah, it is. You're not real. Yeah? You're not real, mate. You're a CGI creator.
You janky-ass cunt weaves are really beginning to get on my nerves.
Oh, yeah? How you think?
You really are.
How you figure?
You think that this nonsensical place actually exists?
It does.
There's no proof that it exists.
Yeah, there is.
There's no sense in thinking that it could ever be a real place.
Oh, yeah? How you figure? So I'm from Australia, mate. Look, I've got the hat to prove it.
Yet you all still... Australia is real! No, it's not. It's not real.
Yeah, it is.
It's a fantasy. It's no more real than Narnia.
No, only you're from Narnia, mate.
Or Middle Earth.
That's you, mate.
Or that weird place where the Teletubbies live.
Teletubbies. No, that's a British show, mate. That's not even nowhere near Australia, you dumb. Not even close.
Australia. It isn't a real place.
Yeah, it is, dude. Stop convincing
You
me.
claim it was discovered by Captain Cook.
Yep.
You know what that sounds like to me? It sounds as legit as Captain Hook, as Captain Birdseye and Colonel Sanders. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to anyone who has a slight amount of rationality
Oh, yeah?
in their brains.
Which you have none, mate. So you're dumb as a rock, mate. You're dumb as a brick wall behind you.
It's nonsense to think that Australia could be a real place.
Oh, really? How you figure?
Have you ever heard of anywhere else with so many deadly animals and strange looking different things that are nowhere else in the world?
Yep. Let me list you a few. We have Africa. We have snakes, lions, tigers. You don't see lions and tigers unless you go to a zoo in America, mate. Same thing with you in Ireland there. Unless you go to an Irish zoo, you cannot see no zoo animals unless you go to Ireland, lad. So come on! Come on!
They have spiders bigger than birds.
Yep, and also African.
How does that happen? It doesn't. That's what. That's the answer. It doesn't happen.
Yes, it does. Spiders do get.
It only seems to happen in Australia because Australia isn't real.
Yeah, it is.
If something doesn't exist, then you can make anything up about it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, what's next? We're gonna have penguins that can fly?
Yeah. I know, right?
Fat people who are fat just because of their genetics?
It's definitely not you, mate. You've been eating too many McDonald's. Ha! Too much of this stuff, mate.
The Cookie Monster?
Yeah. You want to keep going, rag boy?
Pansexual people?
That's a thing. You know that's a thing, right? Get back here. Come back on screen. I haven't finished talking to you.
Cyberbullying?
Yeah, we know that's fake.
What's next? What are you going to pretend is real next? None of these things are real. But if Australia's real, then anything could be real.
Not necessarily.
What? Oh my. If Australia is real, then what stops these other insane notions from being real as well?
I'll put you on pause, rag boy. Just give me a second. Where did I find this guy? Rag boy here. He was a guy who was attacking another great Australian comedian by the name of let's see if I can find him in the thing. Yeah, we had a great comedian dude, Australian comedian dude, who was taking this guy on for a while. And he was doing a really good job. Yeah, it makes you wonder, don't it? Yeah, well, that's probably where the leprechauns come from being lepers, being leprechauns. They put them in zoos so people can look at the little short people running around in the zoo. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, like I said, pretty much I found this guy because he had a crack at one of Australia's comedians. I was trying to remember the dude. I remember the dude's name. He escaped my memory for the moment. Isaac Butterfield, that's the one. So Isaac Butterfield went up against this little nerd, this little tick turd. Yeah. Yeah. And it's actually strange because some people do actually believe Australia doesn't exist, surprisingly. And this idiot here is the one who said, I took some drugs on the plane and I put them in my mouth and then went to Australia. Well, actually, no, I tried to go to New Zealand, tried to go to Australia through New Zealand, and all I did was just go around in the plane, and then I come back home, and all I did was go for a plane ride. I never even got to being in Australia. It was all made up in my head. You want to know why? Because you took drugs and you slept the whole flight back and forth, mate. He's an idiot. Yeah. Yeah, I have to look I have to look that one up. Hey, only you, but yeah, I have to look that one up. Yeah, I know. But this dude is just so way out there. It's like he's made about a ton of videos now on the subject. And I thought I was bad. Making tons of videos on people and shit. This dude believes Australia is not real. And then I'll get some other crazy shit he said about Isaac Butterfield. But before that, I'm just trying to find out where was he. Where was it? There he is.
If some place as insane as Australia can exist, then anywhere can exist.
Yeah, like you and being in Ireland, mate. Maybe Ireland doesn't exist.
Australia is not a real place.
Oh, yeah.
Get that through your thick fucking skulls.
Oh, yeah?
Before you make any more comments to me, trying to tell me that you know better than that you live there or whatever other bullshit you're telling yourself.
Yeah, all right then. So
you're drugged up, you're delusional.
Oh, really?
Australia isn't real.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Okay, fuck off.
In the bad backlands of Australia, many years ago, the Aborigine tribes were meeting and having a big powwow. We got a lot of trouble, Chief, on a son Mac. My boy Mac? What's wrong with him? My boomerang won't come back! Your boomerang won't come back? Boomerang won't come back! I've waved the thing all over the place. I've practiced until I was black. I'm a big disgrace to the Aborigine race. My boomerang won't come back.
Here we go. Look away, look away, look away.
In the bad backlands of Australia, many years ago, the Aborigine tribes were meeting, having a big powwow.
We got a lot of trouble, Chief, on account of your son Mac.
My boy Mac, what's my boomerang won't come.
Your boomerang won't come back.
My boomerang won't come back. My boomerang come back. I've waved the thing all over the place. Practiced till I was blackface. I'm a big disgrace to the Aborigine race.
Now, the reason why boomerangs don't come back when you throw it is because you've got to snap it as you throw it. There's a technique you got to do when you flick it. When you throw a boomerang, it's got to snap, right? You got to snap it from your fingers, like it's like a. You got to actually have it in the actual throw. It's not just a simple, just like, oh yeah, just throw the stick over there, mate. No. Yeah, I could just, like, example, I've got a stick here. All I've got to do, just throw it, and it falls. So, and again, the fact is, boomerangs have got a curve in them. So, I don't know, I basically gave a few of my boomerangs to a Scottish lady called Scottish Stacey. So her son could have a look at the boomerangs. And yeah, apparently Scottish Stacey ended up sending them boomerangs to a little op shop down there in Scotland. So I hear. But anywho. Yeah. Yeah. But this dude's made his big mission. And so this guy had a bit of a fallout, like I said, with our good old friend Isaac Butterfield. And he was basically, dude, you do realise Australia is real, yeah? And he's like, no, it's not. So, here we go. Let's have a look at these other two ones this dipstick played.
Heads up! Menu logs delivering all your finger
grateful that he didn't do blackface by pretending to be an Aboriginal. That's all I can say. Thank God for Rag. Boy, he's a little bit smart and didn't do blackface.
From KFC
but anyway.
for just 99 cents. Catch this dollar deal Monday to Wednesday.
You don't know, you damn well should know. This is a boomerang and we're going to find out if they come back.
Yeah. See, look. See, you're not
boomerangs don't come back.
That's because you're not throwing it right. You're not throwing it right.
Boomerangs are garbage. They don't come back. They're just sticks.
Yeah, that's because you don't throw it right.
You don't know, you damn well should know. Today, I'm watching Skippy, the bush kangaroo.
I don't know if we can get...
This is apparently a
Oh, by the way, the version he's playing is the first one he's playing is the actual Skippy the Bush Kangaroo series from the 1990s. There was an original one before that, but this is the 1990s version. This is the one I grew up with, and I absolutely love that show to bits, mate. The 1990 version of Skippy was absolutely ace. But I think he's going to play the episode where the character called Lou I think it's short for Louise or whatever her name is. She eventually creates a little voice box for Skippy to try and pretend Skippy's actually talking. I think that's the one episode's going to be playing. But, you know, if that's the one he's having a crack at, that episode. But I'd love people to find out if I need to find out this series, the 1990 series of Skippy. I'd love to get my hands on. Actually, I want to actually look that up. That was the. Now, there was a 1990s version, but I'm just trying to think. Oh, there we go. The Adventures of Skippy, that's what it was called. I don't know if it ever a DVD release of it, because I'd love to get my hands on it. Maybe I can check it out on the Wikipedia. Because there was, like I said, we had the original series that was around in... we had original 3 seasons, the original Skippy. I know I've got that somewhere. I need to have a look at it too at some point. That was from the 1968 to 1970 was the original, but then the later one was the later series was from 1967 to 1969, I believe. Just trying to see if I can find the. Yeah, but I want to know about that one. There's not much on it. Huh. That's the one I want to know about. But there's not much on it. Oh, come on. I wanted to find that one. It had 2 seasons. Okay, it did have 2 seasons. Okay. Yeah, 1992. The Adventures of Skippy, 1992. 2 seasons. I want to get those on DVD because I love that series. That was my series when I was a kid. Yeah. Yeah, the newer series was called The Adventures of Skippy. That was the 1992 version, and that is absolutely ace. There was also, after that came an animated series as well. There we go. Boom. There you go. The Adventures of Skippy. That's the name of the new 1992 version, and that had for 2 seasons. So I'd love to get my hands on the DVD release of that, of both seasons, if I could. If anyone knows where I can find that, I'd love to get a chance to have a look at the original again on DVD. Hang on, is it? Yes, the complete series. Yes, it is on. Oh, I've got to get my hands on that. Need to find out where I can get that from. That is ace. I'll show you. I think I can. I'll just put Rag Boy down for a second. Yeah, here we go. Sorry, just so people can. Now, first of all, get rid of that. There we go. That's the one I'm looking at. This is the series I grew up with. This one, I'd love to get my hands on that. The box set. That's the one I'm familiar with, and that's the one I absolutely love. There was also, like I said, the original. That is also on. The original series is also released as well. Oh, okay. You can actually get the different versions. Oh, I have to check out my eBay and let's go back because you get some other versions of it too. But yeah, the one a lot of people associate with is this one, the original, the OG. But I think the one he's watching right now is the 1990s version, and I love this version to bits. When I was a kid, I'd come home from school and I'd watch it. So, but anyway, let's go back to this guy watching the 1990 version.
Staple of Australian culture. So let's have a look.
Yep. All right, let's get into it. Rag Boy. This is an epic. For those who haven't watched this series, you need to go check it out.
Why? Okay, that guy's creepy. That little boy looks very strange. was it? That wasn't a kangaroo.
No, it's koala, mate. Get educated.
Where's kangaroo?
Wait for it, because they're in a national park, which means you have all different animals. There's your kangaroo. There you go. And actually, it makes more sense to be in a national park as well. I think the original series also was in a national park. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Now, this is the episode of when the kids are having like a field day kind of thing, if I remember correctly. Like part of the Iron Man kind of thing.
Oh god, I'm not going to get through this. I forgot about the accents. The accents
Excuse
are horrible.
me.
The only thing worse than an Australian accent is a South African
Oh, that's coming
accent.
from a bloke from Ireland. He sounds like a shitbag. But anyway, let's continue.
I'm going to get ear cancer or something.
Oh, yeah, that's not listening to your own voice, mate.
What the hell? Where's the kangaroo?
It doesn't. Skippy's always around, but doesn't show up until later.
That's why they make.
Yeah, I'm skipping through it. I want to see the kangaroo.
Anymore.
This show is dumb. I'm leaving this video. Skippy the bush kangaroo. How about this one? What's this one? Oh.
Righto, boys. 1, 2, 3.
What the fuck?
That was a music video that was made.
What the hell?
That was basically.
Did that kangaroo just untie a knot? What the hell is it fight? What? It's playing the piano?
Not really, not. It doesn't actually do any of that stuff. Most of the hands were puppetry, mate.
Why is a kangaroo playing the drums?
It's not. But anyway, for the show, they made out of it.
What the fuck is this?
Kangaroo was made out to do certain things, such as that. The original series is kind of cheesy like that. That's the original series.
I'm assuming that there's two versions of this thing, and the thing I was looking at first was like a new version of Skippy the Bush Kangaroo or something.
Yep, you're correct, sir.
You know, I was planning on watching like
better.
a whole episode of this thing and reacting, but I don't.
Yeah, the newer series has skipped.
This just demonstrates how dumb Australians are. I mean, Australia isn't real, and they're all drugged and brainwashed, and they think it's real.
Oh yeah.
And they're all sitting there in New Zealand on their high horses, thinking they're all so great.
Meanwhile,
this is what we call entertainment.
It's not
like who actually finds this entertaining? You would have to be drugged and brainwashed to find something as retarded as this.
Even well, watching your videos is just as bad. So you know,
the fact that this exists just gives further evidence to my theory, to what I say about Australia not being real.
Oh, really?
A real place with real people, with sensible beliefs and traditions, values.
Ireland?
They wouldn't watch something like this. This video has almost 1 million views.
Yeah, the music video, yeah.
Of course Australia isn't real. I challenge you. Watch an episode of Skippy the Bush Kangaroo and then try and argue the fact that Australia is a real place without smirking or choking or throwing up or something.
Well, the reason for that, dude, is because some of the episodes of Skippy of the original series was staged, like in the music video, like when Skippy's playing the drums or whatever that stuff. Most of it, they were real kangaroo hands. Okay, sorry to get ghoulish or gory. They were kangaroo paws and stuff, playing on those things and doing all that stuff. But most of it was like from taxidermy pieces of kangaroos. Like the hands were like not real, basically in that respect. Whilst yes, they were real, you are correct. You are sort of not correct. You are correct in the fact of like the hands being played. That's not real. I'll give you that one. But on another note, yes, they are real because they were taxidermied from the real animal. So again, yes, it is real, but not real. It's a bit of a combination of both, dude, when it comes to the Skippy, especially the original series, where you had a lot of kangaroo untying knots and playing the piano and playing the drums and all that stuff. That was from the original series. I don't think a lot of that happened in the newer version. The newer version was trying to actually keep it more based in reality. That's the reason why you didn't see Skippy around as much in the newer series. Like, they're trying to base it more in reality as opposed to the and more based along more on the people, not just the animal. So that's where we get to with that, Rag Boy. So Skippy isn't really like, if you want to judge that what Skippy's Australia's like just based on the TV show, that's not really, you can't really do that, dude. You can't really base it like that. But anyway, because you're doing, as good old Donald Trump would say, you're making fake news. You're making fake news. So he had a crack at Skippy. He didn't exactly like it. Well, again, the original Skippy and the new series really isn't everyone's cup of tea. But hello, who's this?
Head to Chemist Warehouse and save on big brands like Go Healthy Pro Ashwagandha Stress, $26.99.
So.
Nah, dude. Is that what I think?
Sub my channel. No, I can't sub your channel.
Oh, is she right?
Okay.
She to me, correct me if I'm wrong, people. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll just bring this up for a second, but correct me if I'm wrong. But doesn't that chick look a bit underage? You know, she looks like a teenager or pre-adolescence. So what's this? 20, 30-year-old bloke talking to this young girl for? You know, that's a bit creepy, ain't it? Just saying. Trying to explain to her Australia is not real. Try and tell a kid that Australia or a teenager that Australia isn't real. Yeah. Good one, jackass. Anyway, let's get to the Rag Wars. Here we go. With Isaac.
The great thing about the internet is it gives a voice to millions and millions
Australian legends have beards.
Included in that group of millions and millions is this complete fucking idiot.
You don't know, you damn well should know. My name is Ragreynolds, and today I'm going to be responding to the video that Isaac Butterfield made about me.
Listen here, mate. Here's a direct message from everybody here. Get fucked, dickhead.
Oh, so you speak on behalf of the whole of Australia, do you?
We do.
All of them? You speak on behalf of all of them? And you're saying you have to get fucked? Dickhead? Oh, I'm so insulted. I'm so upset.
I have never had a video requested more than to talk about this complete fucking idiot.
I'm very surprised, but also very glad to hear that.
The self-declared defender of the great southern land and also self-declared people's champion of fucking Australia, I take it very bloody personally.
If you truly did take it personally, then you are a dum-dum and you are a crybaby. But that is also good. I'm glad that you took it personally. And I'm glad that you're telling me that. It really does warm my heart. And if you really are the defender of Australia, then I one-on-one challenge you. That's right. I challenge you.
There's this weird section of the internet that is full of shit posting, and they all Australia doesn't exist, and they're led by their fearless leader and clag glue lookalike, Rag Reynolds.
I wish I could see the resemblance of myself to Clag Glue, but unfortunately I don't. But I do appreciate being called the leader of something.
Okay, you don't get at what he's saying, jackass. He's saying, like the glue, you're thick, mate. You're thick. That's what good old Isaac is saying here, numbnuts, is you're thick, mate. You're so thick, you give thick from Thickania more of a better look, right?
Proof that Australia exists.
Indeed.
Apart from, you know, the 25 million people that live here, the continent, the history of the place, you know, all of the things that obviously prove that it exists.
None of that is evidence. None of that proves that Australia is a real place, okay? None of it. And I have disproved every single one of those things that you just listed.
Oh, really?
The people, for one.
All right. We'll go back and have a look at it. And speaking of which, look at you, mate. I mean, your eyes, they're fucking digital pinholes, mate. How do we know that you're even real, dude? I mean, you look pretty much like a CGI Muppet, you know, with a government from Ireland, you know, a government person's hand up your ass and you moving your mouth like a fucking puppet. Yeah, right. Let's continue, mate.
I've already explained in other videos. At birth, drugged and brainwashed with carotene. It's a hallucinogenic. It's that simple. The people there, they're not actors or anything like some people have said or think.
Dude, kerosene is not a drug, one. Two, it's a fuel. It's a petrol. Yes, it is a gas, but it's mainly used for propulsion and like stuff like you put in the car, you numbnut. Do you have a car, rag boy? Do you have a motor vehicle? Do you have a motorcycle or a motor car? Please, rag boy, tell me. Do you have a motor car? What kind of fuel do you put in your motor car? Because you got diesel and you've got unleaded and you got leaded. And of course, with the aircrafts, you get the kerosene. And also kerosene is also used for starting fires. Dude, do you have a stove, mate? Kerosene is the fuel you go and blow up on the on a good old fashioned stove, mate. Kerosene is not a drug. It is a gas and it is a fuel source. Bloody hell, man. Dumbass.
But they do exist, but they're not actually Australian. They live in New Zealand, they're drugged up from birth, and they're brainwashed. Okay?
Excuse me?
Say what you want about Australia. You say what you want about me, but do not talk shit about Middle Earth. Fucking hobbits for life, bitch.
Is that how you...
Oh, by the way, while we're on the subject with numbnuts here, you do realise, numbnuts, that that basically more or less all that stuff you just said is bullshit. But anyway, let's continue, numbnuts.
Have sex or something where you're from?
Yeah, you're sloppy joes, mate. No one wants your sloppy.
What is this?
It's not your sloppy joes, mate.
Suck it.
Oh, you really want to play? You know what, dude? You're just a massive troll at this point, aren't you?
That's a great way to fill time in your video. Just pacing around. Imagine if I just did that.
Yeah, the idea is trying to show intelligence. But
the difference is, I did it with great effect. You just look stupid doing it.
Yeah, basically what I'm saying. So the reason why he paces back and forth like a lion in a fucking cage is because he's trying to show intellectual dominance. So when he's going one way, they're going the other way and pacing back and forth in his videos, the whole point of it is to try and show some sort of superiority, that he knows what he's talking about. Pacing back and forth is a sign of showing that you know what you're talking about because you're pacing back and forth all the time. But it's not. It's like being a muppet with your hand stuck up your ass. Just because you're moving back and forth, lad, does not necessarily mean that you know what you're talking about. Irish bastard. Anyway, let's continue.
Captain Cook! You know what that sounds like to me? It sounds as legit as Captain Hook, as Captain Birdseye and Colonel Sanders.
Why does the name of the captain of the English fleet that landed here in the late 1700s have any bearing on the fact that Australia is a real place or is not a real place? Like, what about the other people on those boats? Like Matthew Flinders.
Matthew Flinders. That's your big point? That's your rebuttal to me making fun of Captain Cook being a real person? Matthew Flinders sounds just as ridiculous as Captain Cook.
Oh, really?
You expect me to believe that? You don't know, you damn well should know. My name is Rag Reynolds.
Rag Boy. So what you're saying is you like some sort of Irish name, like McLaren from Scotland or Ireland. John McLaren from Ireland. Really? So if, like, say, Rag Boy, that someone who was part of the blokes to come on Australia trip to come over here was named John McLaren, you'd probably think that would be good as sliced bread, wouldn't you? But anyway.
Yeah, that's his catchphrase. You don't know what you damn well should know. My name is Ragnar Reynolds. What a fucking shit catchphrase. Get a good catchphrase up your ass, dickhead. Be a good motherfucker. Now that's quality. Even saying me dick stinks shits all over your shitty little catchphrase.
You're entirely wrong on this one.
Oh, yeah.
You know, everything you've said in the video, maybe we could have little disputes about it all, but this specific thing that you just said about your dick stinking being better than my catchphrase, we can't dispute this. My catchphrase trumps any of the things you just said. Easily. And it's not even debatable. I get comments every single day, people claiming to be Australian, claiming to live there, who don't claim to live there, just other people from all over the world, telling me that I'm stupid, telling me I'm insane, telling me I'm a horrible person, insulting me.
Those people are good people.
Cyberbullying. They are dum-dums.
You are starting a war you don't want to start, little boy.
Oh, really? Who was it who said dum-dum? Who was it who said, Rag Boy, that cyberbullying does not exist? Who said that? You, boy, and I agree with you. Cyberbullying doesn't exist. It's just a figment of our imagination of society. I do agree with you, though, with that one there, Rag Boy. But that being said, now you're claiming he's cyberbullying. Oh, give me a break. He's having an opinion on you, jackass. Oh, boy, it's another Australian movie, by the way.
Mr. Margarine, listen a second.
Jackass.
This will not be a war. It will be a one-sided pounding, and I will be the one swinging the hammer.
I know this guy.
Oh yeah, like the almighty Thor. Whew! We will stop you from Ireland, lad. You'll not get into Ireland because you come from Australia, which doesn't even exist. We'll bang down the hammer of Thor upon ye. Get the fuck out of here, you Ireland fuck. Like pretty much what my good old man over here, you know, Isaac says.
He's doing this just so he gets views because he's obviously talking shit. But it's just so, I don't know why, it's just so frustrating listening to it. Easily I can just swipe away and I don't have to watch it anymore. But there's something about his large head and the way he speaks that just drags me in. I want to hear more.
Thanks for the compliment.
Yeah.
Because I really do take that as a compliment.
Right.
He's just waffling on with the complete shit, but it just gets under every Australian skin.
And why is that? Why does it get under every Australian skin?
Because you're lying, that's why.
I mean, you're obviously exaggerating. It doesn't get under everyone's skin. I have had numerous Australians send me messages agreeing with me or saying they love my videos.
They're trolling you,
but in the majority of them, you are correct, it gets under their skin. But why is that? I know, because they just don't get it. And they don't get it because they're dum-dums.
Well, you're a dumbass, mate. You ain't got a clue what's going on.
Most specifically, I encourage you to watch my video titled The Truth About Australia. Listen to that video very, very carefully. There is a hidden message in that video, okay? That you won't just, you need to listen between the lines, okay? Listen carefully to that video. And then rethink everything you just said. Oh, really? And that's viewers as well. Before you comment on another one of my videos, go watch The Truth About Australia, listen very, very carefully, think about it, then come back here and tell me what you found. Until next time.
Alright, let's listen to Numbnuts and let's go have a look. Let's go have a look at Numbnuts' main video.
Whether you're trying to get your idea.
This is the highlight of the Irish video
down, compose a message, or reply to someone. It can be difficult.
Do you want to know the truth?
Here we go. Let's see what Rag Boy's got to say about this.
Do you want to know the truth In fact, disregard that question. Of course you want to know the truth. If you didn't, you wouldn't watch my channel. You watch these videos. You click video to hear the truth. I'm a truth talker, that's what I'm known as. You don't know, you damn well should know. My name is ragreynolds. Today I'm going to tell you the truth about Australia. I get comments every single day, people claiming to be Australian, claiming to live there, even people who don't claim to live there, just other people from all over the world, telling me that I'm stupid, telling me I'm insane, telling me I'm a horrible person, insulting me, sending me threats. As a truth talker, I promise you everything I say in this video is 100% the truth. Everyone who comments on my Australia videos, who claims to be Australian, every single one of them is stupid. Every single one of them is a dum-dum. And that's the truth. They are dum-dums. Most of them are...
that's bullshit, mate. You know it. Just because you're from Ireland and you couldn't be bothered to pay all the fare to get from one place to another. And besides, you've never been to Australia, so what would you know, mate? You haven't even been to fucking America. Probably haven't been to the UK, for fuck's sake. So, continue.
Are 8 years old, or 4 years old, or 12 years old. I don't care. They're all children. Most of them are children. Oh, really? And every single one of them is an idiot. The fact that they can't...
so while we're on the subject, why are you speaking to children, may I ask? Pray tell. We already saw that in one of the last videos. Like, nope, don't talk to children, you fucking idiot! Nope, you're a fucking moron! Like, why would you talk to fucking children anyway, you fucking idiot? What are you, you're 20, 30? Why the fuck are you spending time with, like younger people? Explain that one, fuckhead. You know, that's the reason why we got a lot of people around here calling people pedophiles, so they hang out with children, mate. What's the score, man? Get real. What a fucking moron.
Understand what I'm saying? The fact they don't get it, it just amplifies my points. In each of my Australia videos, I made more and more extreme points, more serious points, and gave more and more evidence.
Like what?
Yeah, I just got more and more reactions from these idiots. And that proves to me that they're idiots, because as my evidence went up, as my enthusiasm went up, as did their inability to get it, and their IQs drop. They are dummies, all of them, and that's the truth. The truth about Australia.
Is it just me, dude, or more or less you got a superiority complex? Is everyone from Ireland like this? I wonder. Is everyone from Ireland like this, where they got a superiority complex? I don't know, because a lot of the Irish people seem to be this kind of irate idiots. I don't know. I'm not saying everyone is. I'm just saying specific ones like this moron. But I do question, is everyone like that over there in Ireland? I don't think so, but it makes me wonder when I see an idiot like this. Continue, foolish man. Besides, also, you said you were about halfway into this video and you said, I've already covered some of my other videos that I have got about Australia not being real. Well, why don't you recover some of that shit, man? You haven't got any photos. You haven't got any video footage or photo evidence to say otherwise. And you claim to have come to Australia and done all that shit. You claim you saw a bloke cut off the head of a snake. You didn't see that. You claim to see kangaroos. You didn't see that. You didn't see any of that stuff. And you claim that you did. Well, if you did, mate, where's the photos? I don't see no photo of you standing next to a kangaroo. Just saying.
Does it exist? I've made numerous videos.
Or any videos of you standing next to one, so you know.
On this subject. I'm not going to answer that question again. You know the answer to that question. I've made it perfectly clear what the answer to the question is. I have given evidence. I have explained it all. Yet every day I get DMs on Instagram and on Twitter and messages and comments. Where do I live? How can you say it's not a real country? How can you say it's not a real place? What if I said Scotland wasn't a real place? You're commenting on a video that explained these questions to you. I answered.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just because he's not from Scotland, he's from Ireland. That says it all. He says he's from Scotland, but come on. No one from Scotland would be this fucking daft, mate. Just straight up. Scottish people are a lot more smarter than this dumb cunt. Just saying. Let's continue.
these questions in these videos. Yet I still have these idiots commenting on the videos asking me the questions I just answered. Oh, if I'm a paid actor, then where's my money? I never said anyone was a paid actor. I never said anyone was an actor. You're just taking information that you've seen elsewhere or you think I've said and you're applying it to me without even listening to what I'm saying, without even watching my video. So maybe next time, all of you idiots...
I believe the word you said, sir, was that everyone in Australia is an actor. So you're saying that we're actors that aren't getting paid? Yeah, funny that. But you want me to go find that clip because I can try and see if I can find it. So you said everyone in Australia is actors. They're not real. Yeah. But anyway, the reason why you say it is because you changed your mind. But anyway.
Will actually pay closer attention to what I'm saying, why I'm saying it, and what evidence I'm supplying. Because at the moment, you are all just making yourselves look like fools. And I know you think that I'm the one who looks like a fool. I know you think you've pulled one over on me, you've got one up on me. Especially you Australians who, you know, the few of you who say, yes, you're correct. And yes, you're correct. Australia's not real. And I believe you. I'm on your side. You people think you've pulled one over on me too. I know you don't believe that. You're just trying to take the piss. You think you've pulled one over on me. And I might say thanks for the support, but I see through your lies. You're dummies too. You're all dummies. There are only a small minority of you watching these videos who do actually get it. And those are the people who aren't 12 years old. Those are the people...
And why are you speaking to 12-year-olds? Well, just saying, man, what's the point? Why are you speaking to 12-year-olds? Because you're like, what, an old dude? Get the fuck out of here. Dude, I don't know what you're so enamored with talking about children for.
Who have more than 2 brain cells. Those are the smart people, the wise people. And almost none of them are actually Australian. Take this message as you will, interpret it however you please. But that's the truth about Australia, and that's the truth about the Australians who comment on my videos. Until next time, you are all welcome, society.
Ragreynolds, the coolest lad you'll find.
Oh, fucking hell, mate. Man, your music sucks. Now, before I go back on that train, I'll just want to take a look at another one. Copy. Stop sharing for a second. This douchebag, this idiot, this motherfucking moron has also done another stupid thing, which is claiming a fake death. That's right, people. This, I mean, you thought all the stuff he said about Australia was bad? Well, I would have agreed with that, except for one thing. Now, I know what he's really saying here, that basically that the dude is basically more or less saying in this video that wait a minute, where is it? Where was it? Maybe he's removed it, I don't know. Maybe he's changed it now, because he had a video up here saying that Isaac Butterfield had died, which isn't true. He's still very much alive. Right, here we go. There we go. So, yes, all right. Here we go. So this douchebag said this.
died last night. At 3:17 this morning, I received a news alert on my mobile phone. It said the Australian comedian and YouTuber Isaac Butterfield had died in a terrible incident. Authorities are still investigating what exactly happened, but early reports are saying that a plane crashed into his house when a pilot was trying to kidnap him from his bed in New Zealand.
Oh, come on.
Just like with Jen East back in 2019,
bullshit.
my initial thought was that this pilot must have been part of the TCA. But according to local news stories, a report of a military jet from England and a few other planes of the same Air Force were in on this all along. In the early evening yesterday, several Royal Air Force jets had departed from the south of England and were heading to New Zealand. They travelled way over 11,683 miles to get to New Zealand and locate Isaac Butterfield, but they didn't do it all in one trip. They stopped after 5,487 miles to refuel on a British Army carrier that was stationed in the Indian Ocean. Then they journeyed to another carrier in an undisclosed area of the Java Sea, before finally journeying into New Zealand airspace. Once they got there...
the reason why, dude, I know what you're trying to say, but let's get to the message. Look, it's not about the money, it's about the message. The message he's trying to portray here with saying Isaac Butterfield is dead is because what he's trying to actually, what pretty much, let me say in layman's terms, rag boy, what you're trying to say is that you're done arguing with Isaac. Let me put in your words that you can understand. Or I'm done with this motherfucker. He's not from Ireland like I am. So technically speaking, I'm done with this motherfucker. He's got me beat over there in Australia that doesn't exist. But right now, because he doesn't exist, why should I even care whether he dies or not? But let's just say, I'm just going to say he's died so that I will not keep talking about him. Like, to me, he's dead. The reason why he's dead is because, and by the way, I'm doing a Rag Reynolds impersonation, by the way, is because, more or less, I just cannot be bothered fighting him anymore. He's just too damn bloody good. I mean, I'm a troll, right? I'm Rag Reynolds, and I'm a troll. I troll on people here on the internet. That's the reason why I make these videos on Australia, because I'm trolling the internet. I'm trolling the Australian people, because I know that they make a good reaction. That's how I do it. That's how I make all my money. It's because I get all the Australians so pissed off. They come to my channel, see my videos, and they're making me lots and lots of money from hate watching me. So that's how I do it. But the reason why I'm saying I do not want to talk to Isaac Butterfield anymore, Isaac Butterfield, the reason why I don't want to talk about Butterfield anymore is because I don't want to fight him no more. I'm sick of it. So I'll just make up this damn shite about him so that I can move on with my life and talk about other shit that's not so important as him. Because he has followers. He has followers who come over to my channel and report my videos and then try and take my channel down. And I don't want my channel taken. So what I'll do is I'll pretend the man doesn't exist. Like I knew all along like he didn't exist. There we go. That's how he sort of does it. So he says this bullshit about this guy being dead. Not true. Isaac Butterfield is very much alive. And as we can see here.
It's the raspberry and custard pie, or the new custard pie in a McFlurry.
Nice. Anyway.
Folks, I've come to a very strange realization. I don't remember when it was, but I made a video not too long ago about news about that Isaac Butterfield, Mr. Margarine.
Yep.
Had unfortunately passed away.
Indeed.
And now I'm not going to say anything bad about Mr. Margarine in this video because I'm not against speaking ill of the dead, but that's not what this is for.
He's not dead, you fuckwit!
And basically, I'm just making this video to say I'm concerned.
Oh, yeah?
And I have a theory as to what's going on here. So,
right, what's it got?
Even despite
Irish boy.
Mr. Margarine being dead, as I explained in my previous video, there are still videos being uploaded to his YouTube channel. There is still content
going up on his Instagram.
Yep. He's
His
alive.
social feeds are continuing on.
Yep, because he's alive, dumb nuts.
Now, I'm a little confused. I'm a little concerned. I'm also concerned at the fact that none of these social feeds seem to have acknowledged the fact that Mr. Margarine has passed away. There were some news.
No, none of that. Dude, you've been trolled. Da 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 da. La da 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 da. You've been trolled, boy. You've been trolled, boy. There's no evidence to say that he died. There's been no coroner's report, no death in the newspaper or any other social media format, like you're saying. That's all shit made up in your head, boy. None of that happened. Just like when you say, Australia does not exist. That's all made up in your head, little boy. Just saying, man. And yeah, he does exist. Isaac Butterfield is not dead. He's still very much alive. And I'd like to actually have him up on this channel at some point if Isaac Butterfield would like to do a tag team. You know.
Stories I saw and I read out in my previous video about the death of Mr. Margarine. But there haven't been like any proper acknowledgements from his feeds or the people who know him, which is very strange.
Indeed. Oh.
And it's got me wondering.
Oh, I see.
I'm of two minds. One,
I see where you're going to with this. You're going to either say he faked his own death or some shit like that. No. Isaac Butterfield did not fake his own death. There's been nothing on his stream, nothing on his YouTube channel. Even you said yourself, dumb nuts. But, you know, this is what makes you a numb nuts, mate. You're full of bullshit.
I could be looking too much into this, and so one, it might just be that these people are grieving, and they're not ready to announce what happened yet. They're not ready to talk about it, and so what they're doing is they're using a backlog of content.
Oh, bloody hell.
Of Mr. Margarine's content that he's had saved up for months. And so they're
full of
posting this content as though he is still alive.
Bullshit.
That is what I hope is happening. That is what I would hope the case.
That's what...
And it would make sense.
Dude, you're delusional, mate. You've been smoking too much of that kerosene
I'm like
still,
50-50
mate.
on this. But the other half of me is convinced that there are nefarious forces at play here.
Oh, really?
That people, either who were in his circle, or who had access to his resources and facilities,
and
have begun to put out a deep fake of Mr. Margarine.
Oh, deep fake of Mr. Margarine.
And so when you watch his videos, you're not actually seeing him at all. What you're seeing is a deep fake of Mr. Margarine.
Nope. He's still very much alive,
and these people are perhaps hoping to continue using this deepfake to continue spinning their little cash cow around.
Oh, fuck off.
And making as much money as possible.
Fuck up.
While they can get away with it.
Bloody hell, mate. You're so fucking stupid. You make me want to have a drink.
And that is my concern at the moment. And the reason that I strongly believe this, to be honest, is because although on his socials, like, there are still like content being posted, there's also stuff being posted as though like it's being presented as though it's brand new. Presented as though this thing just happened yesterday and now I'm talking about it. And that's a little bit strange.
That's because he's not dead,
if it was just a backlog of content, then surely it would be like outdated stuff.
Oh, unless he traveled to the future.
That's what you would think. But when it's something that's not so outdated and it's something that's very recent and up to date and topical, things aren't looking so good. And so suddenly I'm left convinced that what we're seeing from Mr. Margarine is in fact a
how you
fake.
figure?
I hope not. But go have a look for yourself. Check out the recent videos. Check it.
Dude, you're such an ignorant cunt, aren't you?
And come back and
you're such an ignorant little cunt.
Because there's something not right going on here.
Thank you for sparing me. God. Thank you for sparing me with bullshit. Thank you. Thanks for the ad. Anyway, continue. Is that it?
My name's Nick, and I joined Future Super in...
No, that's not what
Folks, I've come to a very strange realization.
Or there's another theory, which let's go check out what Isaac had to say about this bullshit. Shout out to his channel and his love, Isaac Butterfield, mate. You know, peace in the Middle East and a peace in Australia too. Since I'm a southerner, and I'm not sure where you stand in Australia, but you know.
G'day ladies and gentlemen, the Buttsman here, and this man, Reynolds, well, I don't know how to explain him. Yeah. Here's the explainer.
It's not real. Yep. It is not real.
Yep. I have never had a video requested more than to talk about this complete fucking idiot.
None of these things are real. But if Australia's real, then anything could be real.
Reynolds is a beautiful example of men who 20 years ago just would have lived in their mother's homes until they were mid-40s. Now they have a home on the internet calling it over the ocean.
Oh, so you speak on behalf of the whole of Australia, do you?
There's something about his large head and the way he speaks that just drags me in. I want to hear more.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Margarine. Hello, you've not heard from me in a little bit.
He's just waffling on with the complete shit.
Yeah. Let's go, Mr. Margarine. On behalf of Australia, on behalf of that terrible fake place, let's go then.
Listen in, mate. Here's a message from everybody in Australia. Get fucked, dickhead. He recently released a video declaring horrifying news to the world that I, Isaac Butterfield, comedian and lovely man, was dead.
Yeah.
Dead, dead, dead! Now, I haven't watched this video yet, but I imagine it's great. Let's, as a family, have a moment and watch this piece of history together.
Indeed.
Isaac Butterfield died last night. At 3:17 this morning, I received a news alert on my mobile phone. It said the Australian comedian and YouTuber Isaac Butterfield had died in a terrible incident.
Alright, first up, I'm going to try and be respectful. At least I'll try. This man is mentally ill. At the very least, unstable. All I'm saying is he should be in a padded room now. Lock him up immediately, and if you dare question my diagnosis as a medical comedian, then I will provide you with more evidence as to why this man should be locked up. Let's see what else he's been up to. I'm basically just going to go through the list of content that he's made, and we're going to work out together as a family whether or not this is made by a mentally stable individual. Ruled by piss. Dear left-handed people. All right. The disability tier list. Now, that's a quality video to watch. Some of my best friends are clams. This man is not well. Lewis Capaldi, punch my autistic sister. I do like Lewis Capaldi. And Isaac Butterfield is a deep fake. Why are you making so many videos about me, you fucking freak? But let's check that video out anyway.
I don't remember when it was, but
he's
I made a video
gay.
not too long ago.
That's why, Isaac.
News about
the dude's fucking gay. He likes you.
Mr. Margarine had unfortunately passed away.
Something happened to me out there.
I'm scared. I want to go home.
Yeah.
That is 4 minutes and 26 seconds of my life that is gone forever. Lost. Because of you, Reynolds.
Yep,
because of you.
Boy.
That entire video was about me being dead, but I'm still posting videos somehow because someone's using me as a deep fake to post fucking videos on my YouTube channel. Something to do with artificial intelligence. Again, lock this man up. Yeah, honestly, if I didn't think this guy was just trying to be humorous, I would be scared that he is trying to suck my dick. He has made so many videos about me. Like, I know I've made a lot about it. The dude is super weird, and that's why I'm making the videos about him. He's just making videos that are very fucking weird. Why is he doing this? Why? And this is why I think he should be locked up in a padded fucking cell. Anyway, let's return to my death, shall we?
Authorities are still investigating what exactly happened. but early reports are saying that a plane crashed into his house when a pilot was trying to kidnap him from his bed in New Zealand.
Fucking what? A plane crashed. Okay, into my home in New Zealand.
Yep.
Makes complete sense. And I get that Rag Reynolds is sort of a meta comedian. If you don't know what a meta comedian is, it's like being a comedian but also not being a comedian. You're just a and no one likes you and you suck at the craft, but because you call yourself a meta comedian, you get away with it. Better comedians suck and they label themselves comedians because guess what? You can just do whatever you want. You can label yourself whatever you want. I just don't get the obsession with me. I'm not that interesting. Like, I make fun of a lot of people, but nothing that would encourage you to say that I was dead or I was making deepfake videos. He still goes on these rants about Australia not being real. Like, just change up your content, big dick. Why are you thinking about me so much? What pops into your dirty Scottish little mind that you think, oh, I better check out old Butterfield and see what he's up to? You filthy devil, you make me sick!
In the early evening yesterday, several Royal Air Force jets had departed from the south of England and were heading to New Zealand. They travelled way over 11,683 miles.
Rag, mate, just do your fucking research, idiot. The Royal Air Force obviously uses Typhoon FGR-4 Eurofighters, which can only fly 3,300 miles with 4 drop tanks.
In green.
Whatever the fuck that means. Grow up and do a Google search, you flog.
Indeed.
Before finally journeying into New Zealand airspace. Once they got there, one of the pilots broke into a state official's office to search for records of Isaac Butterfield. But he got arrested in the process. But before he got arrested...
What the fuck is this? Everyone watching this, put yourself in my position. You're scrolling along YouTube one day and you see a video with your name in it saying that you died. And I've had heaps of people make videos about me before. I don't give a shit, right? Whatever. The more videos made about me, the more people mad, the better, right? Great for ticket sales. But when someone says you're dead, it's a bit like, you know, hashtag RIP Buttsman. It's all over.
Yeah.
Anyway, this strange dude, this man who, if he was in America, would definitely be a school shooter. Stop being a weird little all right? And go back to making your videos about Australia not existing to your 9,000 subscribers.
Yep.
Only 9,000 subscribers.
Which probably half of me bought.
Get one subscriber. But this man has 9,000 people that follow him, and most of them follow him because they're laughing at him.
Yeah.
That's not good. That ain't good. You have uploaded 600 videos, mate. Switch it up. Do a vlog. Do a get ready with me. Go on a trip. Do anything other than just talking about me and Australia not being real.
Yeah.
It's not working.
He was able to send the information to another pilot who began to fly towards Isaac Butterfield's home. The death of Isaac Butterfield.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Let's go back to the actual dude.
Folks, I've come to a very
strange
realization.
You know what I want to say about something about this dude? It's not real. His subscriber count isn't fucking real. Can't you get through his thick heads? He bought them. He bought the subscribers. That's what he went and done. He went and bought those bloody subscribers. That's the reason why he's got such a high count of subscribers. It's because he bought them all. That's the reason why. Because he's got... Nobody wants to watch his shite. Because nobody wants to watch this person's shite. He bought 9.96k subscribers. Mate, you lost a whole lot of money right there. You lost an assload of money for someone in Ireland who's in the poorest part of the state of the country. I mean, Scotland and Scotland and the UK want nothing to do with you. Be off with you little bastard. It's like, come on, dude. At the end of the day, let's go back to some of your bullshittery before we wrap up. But again, that is the most despicable, grossest thing to say. Someone being dead when he's not dead. The only reason why you're saying that, you little tick turd, is because you want to stop the fighting with him. So you're going to try and pretend that he doesn't exist. Isaac Butterfield no longer exists. So that's the reason why I'm going to start ignoring him, because he does no longer exist. Well, hey, mate, I'm existing, and I'm going to kick your ass for some of this bullshit, because it's absolutely fucking bullshit, mate. Like, you got no decent content. It's all fucking shit. You know, all of your stuff is just fucking shit, mate. every single video is absolutely garbage. Talking about vegans and mediums and geography and other bullshit. All other bullshit you don't know nothing about. But let's go back to some of his Australian videos before we wrap up with this little tosser. But then again, like I said before, it's like.
So first, are those your real accents?
Yes.
Wow.
Like, why are you talking to like a 16-year-old girl, dude? That's a bit predatory, ain't it? You're acting like a predator. Because you're talking to children who don't really need to be talked to. Unless it's your cousin, I guess. That would make a little bit more sense. But, yeah, that's a deep fake video. Let's see, where else? Okay. Let's have a look at this one. He says,
how much do you personally...
He reckons deserts in Australia are not real. The deserts in Australia are not real. They must be in the Gobi Desert or somewhere in Israel or somewhere over in fucking Egypt. All right, let's go.
How much do you personally know about the desert in Australia? I would be willing to bet you probably don't know a whole lot. Even if you're from Australia, I bet you don't know a whole lot. I've made 34-ish videos about this subject of Australia, it's not real, blah blah blah. Let's forget about that for a second. Let's forget about Australia being real or not real. Let's just say Australia is, just for a second, okay? Let's just forget everything I've ever said about Australia in the past, and let's talk about it with a fresh mind, okay? But can we do that, please? Please take away your hate for me. Take away whatever you think of me and this Australia stuff. Just forget about that just for a second. Okay? You done that? Perfect. Good. The Australian desert. You don't know much about it.
Oh, yeah.
I would assume.
Right.
If you do know a lot about it, then please also be sure to let me know what you know about it in those comments.
Right, yeah.
But I'm going to tell you something right now about the Australian desert that you definitely did not know.
Yeah, what's that?
Something that may in fact change your entire outlook on not just the Australian desert, but on the country, and maybe even on our planet and our governments and everything you've ever been told in your entire life as a whole.
Yeah, what's that then?
Folks, you see these pictures of the Australian desert.
That's not Australia. That is.
Nice looking place, I guess.
That is.
It's, you see these pictures... And you think, oh, what a lovely place. Maybe you wouldn't want to be there. It's going to be hot. It's not going to be the greatest climate in the world. But that's probably true for any desert worldwide. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. What if I was to tell you, now that you've seen those images, that some of those images I just showed you were in fact online labelled as somewhere other than the Australian desert?
Yeah.
In fact, not just labelled as somewhere other than the Australian desert, but some of these images are labelled outside of our planet Earth. Yeah. Some of these images I just showed you are online on, for example, the NASA website. Labelled as pictures of Mars. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just showed you a bunch of pictures.
Yeah.
Some of which were labelled online as pictures of Australian desert, and others were labelled as pictures of Mars. Can you tell the difference between which is which? Yep. Can you tell which of those images are Mars?
Yep.
I guarantee you can.
Yep.
And do you know why you can't? It's because they're actually the same place.
No, they're not.
And what I'm getting at here is that the Australian desert is fake. And I have come across the definitive evidence to prove so. And it is the fact that every single picture you've ever seen of the Australian desert is actually a picture of Mars.
Oh, yeah?
I bet you don't know a whole lot. And yes, I've made 34...
Excuse me?
How much... And yes, I've made 34-ish videos about this subject of Australia. Can we do that, please? Please take away your hate for me. Take away whatever you think of me and this Australia stuff. Just forget about that just for a second.
Yeah.
Okay? You done that? Perfect.
Right, here we go.
The Australian...
Let's go through the game. Let's go. All right, people. Let's name these places. All right, let's go.
Desert. You don't know much about it, I would assume. If you do know a lot about it, then please also be sure to let me know what you know about it in those comments.
Right, let's go.
But I'm going to tell you something right now about the Australian desert that you definitely did not know.
Yep.
Something that may in fact change your entire outlook on not just the Australian desert, but on the country, and maybe even on our planet and our governments and everything you've ever been told in your entire life as a whole.
Alrighty,
folks. You see these pictures of...
Now, that's Mars, I believe.
The Australian desert.
That's the Australian desert. That, can't remember if that's the Simpson or... Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that might be the Simpson Desert, I think. Anyway.
Nice looking place, I guess.
That one, I think, is one of the Australian deserts. I think that's from Western Australia. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's you see these...
Now that right there, that is some people say that's Mars, but I'm pretty sure that's actually out in Arizona, the Arizona desert out there in Arizona. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Pictures, and
of course this one here was the drone. Now I know you're trying to say that that's supposed to be the drone on Mars. No, that's not the drone on Mars. That was, again, maybe a testing out in testing field in Arizona, in Phoenix, Arizona. So I'm pretty sure that's where that... where was it? I'm pretty sure that's where... Not that one. Whereas I'm pretty sure that one's like Phoenix, Arizona. I could be wrong. But anyway.
You see these pictures, and you think...
I'm pretty sure that's where that is, at Phoenix, Arizona. I'm pretty sure, near the airbase up there. They're doing experiments for drones and things like that too. They experiment there.
Oh, what?
And this one here, I'm trying to think of what that one was from. That could be also from Star Trek as well. Like it was like mountains. I think that's some of the mountains in America. I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure this scene was probably from Star Trek if I remember correctly.
What a lovely place.
Yep, that's one of the deserts, but I'm not exactly sure where this one's from. There's not a very good angle.
Yes, and
yeah, now that one was the Australian one. I'm trying to figure out what they call those one. The giant rocks that stick out of the ground like that. Please correct me what these stones are. No, these stalactite things are sticking up out of the sand. I need to go check that place out somewhere in Australia, but I don't know where that is.
Maybe you wouldn't want to be there.
Yeah, that last one, that red one was
and
that one was Australia. I think I can't remember where that one whereabouts that is. I need to know where that one is. Australia. Now that one there I know is the Mars. That's supposed to be all those tracks were made by the Land Rover, if I remember correctly.
It's not going to be the greatest climate in the world.
So yeah. Yeah. Indeed, derp. Indeed, dwerp. Indeed. This little motherfucker, right? Here we go. But apparently this little motherfucker from Ireland, he claims he's from New Zealand. Not from New Zealand, claims he's from Scotland, but Scotlanders are not that fucking stupid. But anyway, let's see what he has to say about New Zealanders trying to kill him. Right.
When people go to Australia, they're actually landing in New Zealand.
The founder of New Zealand hated how his people sounded when they spoke.
They are drugged.
I was approached by an agent from the New Zealand government. For real, I don't understand what's going on.
The New Zealand government can claim that the metal skeleton is because it was one of the new robotic kangaroos that they had put out recently.
And two men jumped out of a van and grabbed me and threw me in the back of it. That I was coming at you guys from the wrong orientation.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was just a bit of racist right there. You're being racist there, rag boy. Anyway, continue this saga of the rag boy. I believe he's from New Zealand. God help me if you let this Irish cut back into New Zealand. Over dramatising it's not going to prove your case. Australia isn't real, dude. Hey, dude, you missed the bathroom. You're supposed to take a piss before you come to the computer room. Right. Nice umbrella. Is that from where you get rain in Ireland? Oh, I like the jacket. Nice jacket. Alright, you're right now? You good?
The New Zealand government tried to kill me.
Oh, that was almost the drugs that made you high, mate. That's the reason why you're staggering all over the place like a drop horse.
They sent...
Dude, you gotta lay off the ice,
They
mate.
sent an agent of chaos. To kill me. And I've been in hospital. I don't know how.
No, come on.
The agent even got in here.
You serious? See, look at that, dude. You're popping pills, mate. No wonder you're high.
But through sheer perseverance, determination, and will.
Yeah. Come on, high horse.
Ragreynolds lives on.
Yeah. Hey, you gonna fall over now, dude? From that drug overdose of yours?
I cannot be killed so easily!
From your own overdose, mate. From you being high.
You cannot get rid of me!
Yeah?
So...
You're getting rid of yourself, mate. You're high, mate.
The New Zealand government cannot get rid of me.
You gotta stop doing the cocaine, mate.
Easily.
Get off the cocaine. Get off the cocaine.
This means war.
Yeah? Really?
I will not put up with this.
Really?
An attempt on my life by a government.
It's not... You did it to yourself, you fool.
This violates international law.
You did it to yourself, you fool. You took too many strips. Too many strips of your medication.
The New Zealand government are criminals.
Mate.
It was bad enough what they did to the people in creating the Australia hoax and locking people up and drugging and brainwashing them.
You drugged yourself, mate.
And making them think they were in somewhere that doesn't actually exist.
Dude, you're
that
fucking
was bad
high.
enough. But now...
What now, dude? In your delirium, state of delirium?
Now they've actually gone out of their way to try and kill me. I mean, this happened before with Doug.
I know,
If
right?
you guys remember Doug, and he tried to have me drink all this vinegar because they wanted me to die.
He's a train wreck.
But now they've actually gone directly and actually sent a hit bee out to kill me.
Nobody can put a hit on you, you tosser. You've just been high from all the drugs you've been taking. Was it Xanax and diazepam?
They're trying to keep Ragreynolds away from the truth, but Ragreynolds ain't staying away from the
Xanax,
truth. Ragreynolds is back on his feet here, no matter how ill and decrepit and in pain I am after being attacked.
That petrol, eh? Yeah, stiffen petrol.
I am here to spill the truth to you good people. I am here to tell you the truth. I am here to expose this tyranny for what it is.
Dude, you know
I am
the
here
was if it came
for you.
blood out of your asshole, mate. You ain't got nothing. gonna go back to bed now. Go on. Bye-bye. Go back to bed, man.
And I'm struggling.
Yeah.
But I'm on my feet.
You gotta stop sniffing the
I'm
gas,
on
mate.
my feet, standing tall.
Gas is not good for you, sir. Oh,
It's a struggle. It's a real damn struggle.
No shit, mate.
But I will not
Sniffing it too much,
let
man.
this continue, folks. I will have justice.
Oh, yeah.
I will bring these people to justice.
Oh, yeah.
I will make sure they get everything they deserve.
Alright. What?
Including the bee that came for me. Including all of it.
Unbelievable, boy! You're high, dude.
I will get all of them.
You're high.
Every last one.
It's so high, dude.
And no, I will not use violence because
Go lay
I'm
off
not
the
a violent
cocaine,
man.
mate.
I will get them.
Go lay off
through
the Valium.
truth,
That's what
through
my
justice,
other fellow YouTuber's crazy.
and through
Taking too
exposure.
much Valium. Dude.
The New Zealand government cannot be allowed to get away with all of this.
You serious? I know, Guardian. I'm doing it so you don't have to.
Excuse me. Well, I lay
Bye-bye. Night-night.
down.
Well, look at that. He's down and out. What a fool. Hey, dude, might want to have some coffee with that. You know, having some coffee might make you feel better. Indeed it isn't. Indeed it isn't, because I'm making videos on Cotter. And there you go. Check out also bees, you know, about the bees and things.
Perfect Italiano is perfect for that.
But there we go on Ragboy Reynolds. Let me know if he does a video about me. I'd love to hear about it from Ragboy. Yeah, about how us Australians are fake. And that the New Zealand government tried to expose the New Zealand government, and how the New Zealand government came for him, dressed up as the MIB, mate. Ragboy. Knock knock. This is the FRB. This is the MIB, boy. Remember, people, you have seen nothing. You have not seen anything at all. This view does not exist because I'm an Australian and Australians do not exist. Seriously? Dude, Ragboy. I'd like to see you what you're going to do about the good old Generation Productions here, or pretty much for this video, as I'm dressed as him, the new character known as... Boof, the Drama Critic. The new character for this whole channel, the Drama Critic. So here we go. And go check out also this guy's music as well. Nostalgia Critic theme by that name. Like, subscribe to his channel, and here we go. So, I'm the drama critic. I watch the drama so you don't have to. Alright, catch us all later, people. Bye.